Hello everyone, we are heading to mission number 6. This is called Collateral Damage. And now we're going to earn the Gasoline Cowboy trophy. Now you have to rescue your allies with the Sherman while keeping your armor above 80%. So at the beginning of this mission, you are going to be in a tank. And you're going to be in it for quite a while. And we need to keep the health of the tank above 80%, which is actually quite difficult, relatively speaking. Now, I highly recommend that you put the game on recruit difficulty in order to achieve this. Even on recruit difficulty, it can be quite difficult. So you want to stay back as far as you can and try to pick off people so you're not really in range of any RPGs or any gunfire heading your way. There are a couple tricky parts, particularly when you have to deal with enemy tanks and mass groups of enemies, which we'll get to those points in a little bit. Here, kind of really in the beginning, it's not too difficult. There's always going to be some people in buildings along the side of the road or in front of you, so I'm trying to just destroy them. Even if I don't know if there's an enemy there, I'm just trying to shoot. I'm using my chain gun, which is tied to R1, and then my heavy cannon that's tied to R2. There's of course, an overheating on the chain gun, and then it does take a little time to reload the main cannon. So here, I'm going to see there's enemies way out there in the buildings in front of me. This is kind of really the first death trap. You got to be real careful. There are going to be enemies there, and when you think they're all cleared, more will eventually kind of pop out. There's going to be a couple sets here. Now, if you have taken too much damage in a particular section, one good piece of advice is to just restart the checkpoint. Then you won't lose too much progress, but you'll be able to try again a specific section, trying to get through it, really not getting hit at all, ideally. So here I've got the right building cleared, it looks like. This one right here I'm shooting at. As I turn the corner, more enemies are going to pop out of it, and also you're going to have people down the street to the left that are going to be shooting at me as well, so I'm going to kind of start shooting at them from here. Being mindful that some enemies are going to pop up probably in the building to my right. See, they just popped up again. It's really kind of hard to manage where exactly the enemies are located at any given moment. You try to keep your armor above 80%. See, they're hitting me, giving me a couple shots there. I think the buildings are clear. Now, I'm taking it real slow. I'm trying not to be too aggressive here. Now I'm going to keep an eye on this building here because I am really deathly afraid that someone's going to pop out of there. Doesn't look like anyone is. My paranoia is for naught. Infantry down! So we're going to head on to the next kind of area. Remember, if you take too much damage in one section, you can restart checkpoint. By this point, you see my health bar on the bottom. That's about as low as you really want it as you're coming up to this first section, or this next section rather. Alright, so as we turn the corner here, we are going to encounter our first tank. This first one's really kind of, I guess, a tutorial. It's basically telling you that you want to flank it. You want to go around. You want to get behind it. You can do 2 shots with your main cannon. It'll disable and destroy the tank. You can hit the side. It will take a few more shots. But ideally, you want to get behind it. If you try to hit it from the front, it's not going to do anything, and the tank is just going to hit you and basically take off at least 10% of your tank's health. So I'm behind it. Thought I'd be able to get 2 quick shots off, but I wasn't able to. Try to keep a building between you and the tank, and then just circle around it to get behind it.
Enemy tank is down.
So now that tank is disabled. Now it's actually going to get quite a bit more difficult. So we're going to have to deal with 2 tanks at the same time. Remember, if any one of them is facing you, they're going to hit you with their cannon, and it can take you under the 80% threshold real quick. But as we come up this hill, a tank's going to bust out of the wall on the right-hand side. There's also going to be a couple ground enemies here to the left, so I'm actually going to deal with them first. I'm not really going to even try to hit the tank. I could hit it in the side, but again, it's still going to take 2 shots in the rear in order for me to destroy it, so not a bother. So I'm going to circle around this building. I'm going to go slow around this corner. If you go too fast, the tank will actually head towards you before it passes around the side of the building. Got a clear shot at its back end here. Oh, I hit the side. So again, 1 back to 1 side shot's not going to take. It's still going to take 2 shots in the rear. So he's going up the hill where I just was, so I'm going to circle back. Now remember, there's that second tank here, so your pathing might get altered here a bit. But there goes tank number 1. We haven't taken any damage here, which is fantastic. At least not yet. So the next tank is coming around the opposite side of the building, so I'm going to go around it. Thankfully, they're pretty slow. You have far greater speed than they do. There's the shot now. He's going to immediately turn around and try to hit me. So when he's turned around, you don't have long before you have to run and hide. Now he's not going to try to go to my previous location, so I'm going to flank him by going around this building here. I'm going to completely whiff. Shot right above him. It would have ended this encounter, and I whiffed twice. So I'm just going to let him come towards me and then head again around the building the same way we did just a minute ago.
Where are they? Not seeing them anywhere.
So that will end this encounter. Now we're going to go up the hill here. We have to go climb up the hill. Now, fair warning, there's going to be a whole gaggle of enemies right over the hill, as they're going to be lower than you, so they're going to be able to get some shots off here. I'm going to try to use my 30 caliber machine gun, R1, and a cannon round. I popped up and tried shooting them. I'm going to try to do it again. We try to time it with their shots. It's not very easy. And see if we can collapse the building on top of them. I don't think that actually does anything. If you take too much damage there, just restart checkpoint. So you'll be placed right before you have to climb up the hill. There's a checkpoint as soon as you kill that second tank. So utilize the reload checkpoint. Now coming around this corner, there's a whole bunch of guys over here again. If you're quick, you can take them out before they shoot you. Now we're going to head to the last section. The last section has got a few tanks we have to destroy, and there's going to be a whole bunch of enemies. I'm not going to try to expose myself too much as I'm coming around the corner. I'm just kind of shooting here. Now you'll see tanks here in just a second. There's one right there. I'm going to be able to try to hit the side of it from here.
Got Sherman over here. Take out that venture tank now.
Something's hitting me, so I'm going to have to back off. Try to just stay as far back here as you can. And try to take out each of these tanks. Just look for any other miscellaneous guys that are going to try to shoot you with any kind of machine gun fire. There's another tank over there. We should be able to take care of him. Alright, so now you're going to have to start shooting things that are in the building over there. You can see the objective marker. Enemies are going to kind of pop out, not all at once. So just keep shooting. Look for any kind of hit detection. Any white crosshairs, there's obviously an enemy there. Then use your cannon when it's reloaded. You can kind of see the shadows of the enemies that are there. Pop in and out. Try to take them out one at a time. Again, being far enough away means they're not going to automatically hit you. But if they start getting a few shots in a row on you, then you're below the 80% real quick.
Anyone got eyes on more targets? Not seeing anything. I think we're clear.
So my health, I don't know. It doesn't tell you what the actual percent was. Looked like it was somewhere around 90%, and you have to stay above 80%. But that's how you guys get the Gasoline Cowboy trophy. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If it helped you, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. And of course, subscribe.
Appreciate this, sir. WWII out.